I'm Sarah Richardson, a principal here at This Week Health, where our mission is healthcare transformation powered by community. This is Flourish Sound Bytes, unfiltered conversations with healthcare leaders. Let's get real. Welcome back to Flourish. I am Sarah Richardson, and today's Soundbite features a dear friend and powerhouse leader, Kim Garrett. After an incredible career in healthcare and corporate leadership, Kim has recently transitioned out of her corporate leadership role and into an exciting new chapter, one that's full of new levels of creativity, courage, and impact. Through her new company, Northern Skye Consulting, she's helping organizations accelerate growth, prepare for exits, and build stronger strategies, all while discovering the freedom of leading. Kim, welcome to the show.
I'm excited to be here.
I am too, because coined this one, stepping away to step up, because you've had such an amazing background and all the things that you've done in your career, but you had to step away a bit to take it to this next level. What was the turning point that gave you the courage to step into this new venture? How did you overcome the fear that's associated with that?
You know, Sarah, I have to be honest with you, the fear didn't step in at the initial part of this. This is something I've always wanted to do. I always saw this opportunity running my own thing, helping businesses that weren't necessarily employing me during the day, but, supporting others in their growth. I knew this was something I wanted to do. I have a number of friends that have done this. I've seen the success in this. I'm an explorer at heart. I love to travel. I love to try new things. This was just something I knew was going to be a part of my journey. I knew it would stretch me. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I knew this was part of it. Like any journey, there are parts throughout that bring more anxiety and fear. This path is not a known one, but we also know that the known path is always the easier one. I know how corporate America works. I know how to be successful at a job. This solo consulting business building thing is new for me, and steps along the way have brought a lot of anxiety and fear. But Sarah, one thing that I know for sure is that growth doesn't happen in the easy times. It doesn't happen when the path is known in front of you. The scary times. It happens in the times where you don't know where that next step is, but you press on and journey along the way. I'm always about growing myself, others, helping people along the way. And I know that those times that are full of fear and discomfort, oftentimes that's exactly where we need to be. On the other side of that, that's where you find the growth. That's where you find the expanded capacity, the additional ways that you can learn and develop and grow and help others. So while the initial step wasn't necessarily the scariest one, along the way, there have been times that I've just known that this is where I need to be. I dig deep and I keep pushing forward, and I found beauty at every turn.
I love the way that you just position that whole statement. And I have to believe that, to your point, because you are one of the most adventurous people that I know. Like, you have a passport and you use it a lot. Like, you go everywhere and you go places by yourself. So the part of you that's willing to jump on a plane with a one-way ticket to a country you've never been to where you don't speak the language, to opening your own company, it's like, I got this. Where you land wherever you are, and you figure things out. And I have to believe that that sense of curiosity and creativity is why this for you was, well, I got to think about it. And then it's just getting on that plane, for lack of a better corollary, for sure.
It's a great visual, great way to put it.
And then you chose the name Northern Skye, which I love. It has both a personal and powerful connection for you. Please share the story of its connection to your family roots and what it represents for your vision.
So, I think choosing the name of anything is really important. It took me a while to get to the name, actually. I wanted to find something that was connected to me, but wasn't really my name, something that really kind of portrayed journey, this sense of journey and growth. Skye of Northern Skye, Skye, is actually the island in Scotland where my family emigrated from. My grandpa was a incredibly proud Scotsman. He had our MacLeod family crest everywhere. He had the tartan over all of his couches. That was a big deal. He came back with stories from Scotland and Isle of Skye all the time. Skye, Skye, has always been near and dear to my heart. The northern piece of it really indicates growth and this forward momentum that I want to bring to everything that I do and the clients that I work with. And I think in pulling these two together, the northern and felt, created this powerful vision, this visual of this continual growth and future motivation and, always moving forward, but still giving honor to that sense of self, sense of place, and that foundation that's needed in any growth scenario.
What a great origin story on the name. I also love how you came about it. Often you'll hear people struggle with what to call their company. And you're like, hey, to a degree, it sort of comes to you when you're not trying as hard to find the perfect name. And you've already landed some incredible clients, from helping one with their vision, growth, and preparation for a possible exit to shaping sales and go-to market strategy for a value-based care startup. What excites you the most about these early projects?
Thank you. These companies that I work with are great. Honestly, they both have incredibly inspiring and driven founders, which I think is always huge when you're working with any client. That inspiration is incredible. But one thing that's really been exciting to me about both of these opportunities is that I know I can make an impact in ways that mean a lot to them. Both need different types of support, very different places of business. But what I found is that the things that I have in my wheelhouse, the skills that I have picked up over these many, many years of working in corporate America are exactly the skills that they need in this season of growth. And one thing I've learned and that I would encourage others to do is really explore, in themselves after so many years, we become good at certain things. I mean, certain things become like quote unquote easy for us that might not be easy for other people. To build this level of expertise and efficiency in some of these skills. And to really understand these areas of genius, I guess I would call them, and these areas of comfort and expertise, and then figuring out how to just give those to other people. There are a lot of things that I am not good at, that I would not hire me to do for an organization, but there are other things that I am good at and I am confident in. And I know that as I find clients that need those things that I have to offer them, I mean, that's where the excitement is, that you're able to take everything that you've learned, all of the experience and knowledge that you've built over the years to help other people and see their vision come to life and see their growth expedited because of the work that you're able to support them in. And then, of course, to partner with great inspirational people, that to me, every day is the most exciting piece of it.
And don't you love that you get to say yes or no to the assignment? So you might be really good at something you don't love to do, and then it keeps getting handed to you. Now you're like, I get to do all of the things that I love, stretch into areas that I may want to continue to learn about, but it's on your terms now.
100%.
That's so cool.
Yep.
So you've mentioned the whole, like what I call learning and grace space for yourself. You said the season's been about giving yourself grace as you learn. What have you discovered about yourself in the process? Whether that's designing your website to literally building a company from scratch.
This season really has been all about new beginnings. It's stepping into new areas where this path isn't cleared. All of this, starting a business, building a website, completely new for me. It truly has been a lot of fun. And like you mentioned, I've had to give myself grace along the way. I really see this time as a gift. It's a time to craft my own path. It requires this deep understanding of myself and a comfort level with me. I've spent time reflecting on the things that I'm good at, the things I'm not good at, the things that drive me, the things that scare me, the things that come easy to me, and really being able to leverage all of that, I think, is part of the gift of this time. So many of these steps have been new. I have never built a website. I've never set up a QuickBooks account. I've never dove into tax structure for new businesses, but I'm learning. And I think often as, successful corporate people, we operate in areas that we're comfortable in, that we know. And there's greatness in that. And of course, there's wonderful aspects of it. But, I'm learning that as we step into these places where you have to be a beginner, you have to learn, you push yourself into these new things, there's a sense of fun and beauty and like play in this that we don't generally get in our normal corporate world. And, I would encourage anybody to do this. And maybe it's not, fully stepping out of the corporate structure, but pick up a hobby, pick up a new task, step into something that you have no idea what you're doing. Learn to play in this space, explore. I mean, I think there's just a real sense of fun in it. And as you reflect and you talk about like learning myself and having grace through this period, I think as you do that and play and reflect and learn and grow and continue to journey and venture, you walk away with a deeper sense of self and confidence and knowledge and what you can do and the beauty that you can bring to the world.
Oof. I love that because you and I literally our entire lives, I would say, were raised and grew up in corporate America. We can run the heck out of a Fortune X company. And then those moments you're like, I'm going to step away and do something totally different and allowing yourself space to do that. And there's a lot of hiccups along the way. So thank you for sharing just with our listeners that it's okay to like not have any idea how to do something because the beauty is you can ask somebody, you can query something, but there's a path to success inside all of that. And one of the things that I love about you so much is that you have long shared the importance of building a trusted network of individual contributors. How do you see that shaping the future of Northern Skye and the way you serve your clients?
We've talked a lot about corporate America to the solo space, and we know how important having people in your corner is. This solar practitioner space can get really lonely, to be honest with you. I mean, you go from working with all these teams, all these people, constantly surrounded by people that are working towards a common goal, single mission. You're on calls constantly to like just being by yourself. And it can be really daunting. So, by having this network of people that are doing similar work, is an incredibly powerful thing, especially when this network of people can extend the value of the work that you're doing with your clients. So, there's different aspects that I'm good at. And as I mentioned, other things I'm not great at, but knowing that there are other really talented, committed, dedicated experts that you have in your corner that you can call alongside you to help you support the work you're doing with your clients is a powerful team. And of course, as we build this network, you're kind of creating the pseudo team. These people that are also driving forward that you can call and be like, I'm really struggling with this. I don't really understand how to do this. Or, hey, I set up QuickBooks wrong. Would that work? Different things along the way, really building that team. I have found the intentionality in that is one necessary for me personally, but I think incredibly powerful as we seek to continue to do the good work. And so I mean, there were times that, even actually just the other day, I was talking with a client and they were talking about some cultural issues they're having and some leadership things. And it's not an area of expertise for me. And they said, well, do you know anybody that can come in and help us with our leadership team? And I do. I have a great friend, Robert. He does this all day. He comes in, he supports people with culture, with leadership development, organizational change. I introduced the two of them. It was an incredible moment because I know how great Robert is. He is the perfect person for the job. I know he's going to step in, help this team that I care deeply about, but that I can't support with my expertise, but he can. And I think there's great synergies there as we build a network of people doing similar work that we trust and can work well with to support clients. And just an ability to work closely with people, to run ideas by people and have that network of folks in your corner. I think for the impact and value we bring to clients is incredibly important and effective.
And then it keeps building that trust cycle. The people trust that not only are you going to do good work for them, you're going to refer great people for them. And to a degree, that flywheel creates this referral network where you don't have to do as much marketing and advertising as you thought you did because your name is now coming up as the person who does these things or helps us connect us to these other things.
Yep.
I have to ask too, because so many people want to take that next step. They're like, I want to create my LLC, even if they have a full-time gig, or they're just curious about what they would be good at or how to monetize something differently. What advice would you give them?
I do it. First of all, just do it. But I think, as I mentioned, being reflective. What are the things that you're really good at? What are things that people call you for? Hey, you're really good at that. What becomes easy to you when you're doing something? Really take note of the things that you're really good at that add value to the business you're working with and center your work around that and learn to grow every day. I mean, it is constantly about seeking new opportunities, connecting with people, even in your current business. Both Sarah, you and I did all the time was connecting with people that we might not actually need to connect with, but we're just curious about and we want to learn about and we want to connect with. Do that all day. I think that sense of curiosity and reflection can really help set anybody up for stepping into this space. And it doesn't need to be stepping away. It can just be stepping in. It can be an and, not an or, right? And if you're able to really understand those things that you're good at and keep learning and growing in them, people need that. People need people that are really good at what they do and are happy to bring that to organizations and teams that are doing and trying to grow and learn in other ways too.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to throw some speed round questions at you that you have
Okay.
never seen before. You have no idea these are coming, but I have them because, why not?
Yeah.
The first one for you is favorite podcast or book that you are enjoying right now?
Okay, so I have a couple. Dax Shepard, Armchair Expert. I love that one. I feel like I'm constantly learning and laughing at that. So that's a good one. And I read like I'm in the middle of 5 or 6 different books at a time. I picked up this one, actually, it's called Ho'opono. It's a Hawaii-based book about, giving back and really like embodying this culture of aloha and like living righteously for the land and the people. So I'm diving into that and learning a ton. And so that was the one I was just reading yesterday that I also think is great and hopefully is going to continue to be great as I dive deeper into it.
What have been some of the best resources for you to learn how to be a solo practitioner?
I have leaned on so many people in my network. I think I've been most humbled by the generosity of people and the time that folks have been willing to just dive in. We have so many people we've surrounded ourselves with that have so much to give. Being able to connect with those in your network, leverage your network, jump into conversations, ask questions, be willing to look kind of stupid and silly and move forward in that. And I think that there's a lot of growth and also just transparency and depth of relationship. I've walked out of, not even out in, I'm still in this period, deeper in relationship with people that I knew I respected and liked, but there's a different level of value and respect now because of that, that willingness to just be transparent and vulnerable in conversations.
And last question for you. You travel all the time. You always have some amazing adventure planned. Where is next?
I'm going to Fiji on Saturday.
I just was waiting for like this amazing place like really soon. It's great.
Yep. Yeah, we got to get some more snorkeling in. So we've got some water time planned and taking an opportunity, just quick 6-day trip down to Fiji and back.
One of these days, I'm going to get you scuba diving. Fiji's pretty awesome. You will love all the soft corals, and they have blue starfish there.
Woo. I cannot wait.
They look like they're made out of Play-Doh, and you're like, is that real? And you can't touch it. Well, you can, but you shouldn't. You know this. And you're just like, and staghorn coral. It's just, you will see so many things that only exist there. I'm so glad, and I hope you have an amazing trip.
Thank you, Sarah.
And your journey is such a reminder that when we remove self-imposed barriers, we can thrive in new and unexpected ways. Stepping away really can mean stepping up, and you're proof of that. I know our listeners will be inspired by your courage and your creativity. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Sarah.
And for all of our listeners, keep flourishing. That's all for now. Thanks for joining Flourish. Remember that every healthcare leader needs a community to learn from and to lean on. Find your people at thisweekhealth.com/subscribe. Share this episode with someone who needs encouragement today. Keep flourishing. That's all for now.